Hello, I'm Jeff Coy, and this is my Turning Point video. A little bit about me is I'm a current grad student studying new media journalism. I just got my bachelor's almost 2 years ago. Um, After completing this program, I hope to gain more experience and eventually become a freelance journalist.
The first step for the strategies for finding your life's task is return to your origin. After reading this portion of the assigned reading, it's very clear to me that after experiencing more of the world around me, after my childhood, I became distracted of the different social norms. I frequently changed career paths and only decided on more of a focus when others expected it out of me, such as my parents, loved ones, friends, especially around high school when everyone starts to ask the question, what are you going to do when you grow up? One of the quotes that stuck out to me is that core signals the author relates to can be buried beneath all the other subjects you have studied. The more different career changes I'd gone through, the more I was actually running away from what, as the book describes, what you're actually meant to do. Another quote that stuck out to me is that your power and future can depend on reconnecting with this core and returning to your origin. The first passion I've ever experienced was when I was around 6 or 7 years old. My parents took me out to see the 1999 movie Erasure the Mummy, but I was just so into this. I like the idea of exploring and later storytelling. In The Mummy, where they go to the ancient pyramids of Egypt and find all these lost treasures, but I just was so fascinated at the point of experiencing and exploring places or subjects that no one else has touched before. The second step for the strategies of finding your life's task is occupy the perfect niche. Think of this, I compare this to when I just randomly decided to become a journalism minor. It was required of me to pick a minor when I chose for the second time around to be a law enforcement major. Something just randomly stuck out to me. The third step is to avoid the false path. However, in my story, it was multiple times which I changed career paths. It's kind of funny. I took the time to kind of look back into my entire life of the little ideas that I kind of threw around of what I wanted to be when I grew up. Letting go of the past is the fourth step of the strategies for finding your life's task. This is something that has been sort of rough for me to do, especially after college. A lot of my friends who I went to school with quickly had good jobs. They've always had a direction. I was really jealous of them having this direction and already finding these first steps into their career paths. This sort of brought like a negative energy within myself. I was choosing jobs that I didn't want. The more I did this, the more I lost connection for what I really wanted to do. The fifth step is to find your way back. It's referring to your origin. What I got out of this was to sacrifice what is necessary to achieve your mastery. The prerequisite for achieving this mastery is obviously in the book to find what you're actually meant to do. It's the only way you can achieve true mastery is if you have a love and passion for what you're doing. It's all sort of at this point comes to what are you willing to sacrifice to fulfill that career path and goals. I would love to be an investigative journalist. The reason why I even got into journalism, my excuse was the research aspect, which really went well together when I wanted to become a lawyer. That's when I believe I was starting to get warmer and to where I was supposed to be. Going back to when I was a young kid, the first job that popped up to me was being an explorer, which, I would compare to research very much. I believe this is the right first step is journalism. A good goals for me to follow within the next 3 weeks is to have at least one new blog post every week, start blogging more. I want to build my own portfolio a lot more.
Overall, I really appreciated this project. It was great for self-evaluation. I'll definitely keep this lesson in mind as I continue my journey to mastery.